the other encoded anecdotes of Ramayana, which detail the atrocities that the Jewish Aryans committed in the Indian soil, would be discussed later. We are now going to discuss about Hanuman in this video. As per Sanskrit Ramayana, Hanuman character has been designed as though he could hypothesize and arrive at the correct factual truth, and hence was called Anuman in Tamil, which deformed as Hanuman. As he originated from the Western Ghats mountain range, he was called Maruti. The etymology of it is as follows: Var plus Udi, Varudi, Marudi. Here, Var means mountain range and Udi means to be born. Hence, Maruti means the person born in the Western Ghats mountain range. This channel's viewers know very well that I have already established the presence of most of the Asivaka deities all over the world. On that line of thinking, one day when I was musing about Indra, an idea flashed into my mind. In Nepal and in Southeast Asian nations, Indra is known in his original name. Indra is called as Chak in Mayan civilization. In Tibet, China, Japan like nations where Buddhism had spread, Indra is known in many different names. For instance, in Japan, Indra is known as Tai Shaku Ten. Among Slavic nations, Indra is known as Thor and Perun. But in ancient Middle East and in Egypt, Indra is missing completely. Hence, I was terribly surprised and fascinated by this reality. These regions are closer to Lanka than even the Mayan region. Hence, there should definitely be a reason behind this seemingly inexplicable absence of Indra in these regions. I had explained in detail in previous videos that the ancient people of Mesopotamia were the refugees who fled ancient Lanka and South India following the defeat in Ramayana war. If Ravana's people lost the war and settled in these regions, they would have definitely worshipped their god Indra. But as Indra is missing in these regions, the people who lost the Ramayana war were the people of Rama and not that of Ravana. If the refugees of the war were the enemies of Indra, then those people would have avoided Indra worship. Hence, for the first time, I came to the plausible conclusion that Rama lost the Ramayana war. This idea dawned in me about an year ago. While this was the case, during the last April, we were returning from a spot investigation. On our way back to Chennai, my assistant showed me a temple painted in red color and said that this is Hanuman temple, and the Brahmin priest of this temple was grooming 2 camels in the temple campus 20 years ago. When asked why, the priest said to have stated that camel was the mount of Hanuman. My assistant casually mentioned this fact to me. Until then, I wasn't aware that Hanuman had a mount and that was camel. How can Hanuman, who hailed from the fertile Western Ghats mountain range, could ever have a camel as his mount? I was obviously shocked by this revelation. In fact, it was indeed a pleasant surprise for me. When I was already harboring the idea that Rama lost the war, this information has confirmed my hypothesis for the first time. Hanuman is called Siranjeevi in Sanskrit Ramayana, which means ever living. This obviously means that Hanuman was not killed in the war. Hence, I felt that Hanuman survived the war and fled to Mesopotamia, and obviously camel became his mount. This historical fact is preserved by the Jews in the encoded form, albeit by a fake anecdote which ties camel as the mount of Hanuman. Hence, this information that my assistant gave me was very sweet to my ears. Hence, I kept asking him repeatedly whether the information he gave was real. As soon as I came back home, I typed in Google, "Is camel the vehicle of Hanuman?" Aha! This picture not only reveals that camel was his mount indeed, but also the fact that he had a wife too. When I searched about his wife, I also learnt of the fake story that the Brahmins put forward in this regard. It seems that Hanuman being a bachelor, he wasn't qualified to study Nava Vyakarna and he had to be a family man to learn it. Hence, Surya Bhagavan created a woman named Swarchala and married her to Hanuman just for the sake of elevating this bachelor as family man. It was also said that they never had a marital relationship and Hanuman remained a bachelor forever. Oh, what a story! But the same Ramayana says that Hanuman had a son who was a gatekeeper of the Patal Loka, which was ruled by Ahiravana and Mahiravana. However, I rejected this narrative as Patal Loka, Ahiravana and Mahiravana were fictional, and hence I felt that Hanuman's son was also a fake story told just to expand the story of Ramayana. Hanuman being a bachelor is embedded deep in our consciousness, and that biased my point of view. In the meantime, about 25 days ago, I requested my friend Srinivas to accompany me for a marriage reception. When we were traveling in the car, I was narrating my Ramayana research to him. When I told him about Morocco and Egypt, he requested me to show the boundaries of Morocco in the atlas he had with him as he was at the wheel. Looking at the atlas closely, I was shocked. Until then, only Egypt and Morocco came to my attention when thinking of North Africa. At the southern Sahara region, there was a nation called Mauritania. Yes, another pleasant surprise. I told Srinivas that this could be the land that Hanuman fled to as refugee. We all know that Hanuman was also called Marudi. Marudi plus Thanam, Marudithanam, Maruthanam, Marutania. The Tamil word Thanam means place, and it deformed as Than and find its place in names like Afghanistan, Pakistan, etc. Obviously, Mauritania might have been the place where Hanuman fled to. Until then, I was of the opinion that Hanuman fled to Mesopotamia after losing Ramayana war. Now I am getting a whole new dimension. Hence, after returning home, I initiated my search on Mauritania. But despite searching in a number of dictionaries and encyclopedias, I was unable to find either the etymology of Mauritania or the meaning of it. If Mauritania had a mountain range at least, it could have got its name from it as in the following. Var plus Thanam, Varithanam, Marithanam, Mauritania, where Var means mountain range. However, there wasn't any mountain in Mauritania or nearby areas. As there wasn't a mountain range, its name could not have originated that way. Let us summarize. 1. No one knows the meaning of Mauritania. 2. There wasn't any mountain range in Mauritania or in the nearby areas. We have Atlas mountain range in Morocco, which became the home of a section of the refugees of Ramayana war from Lanka. The other section of the Lankan refugees settled in Egypt. Hence, Atlas Mountains had nothing to do with the name of Mauritania. Truly, the Western Ghats refugees of Ramayana war settled in southern Sahara and the Lankan refugees settled in northern Sahara, which would be the topic of the next English video. While researching on Mauritania, another reality flashed into my eyes. Just next to Mauritania, there was a nation called Mali. The name of this nation attracted my attention. Wali, the brother of Sugriva, might have deformed to Mali, right? Another pleasant surprise. In a great hurry, I was searching for the meaning of the name of Mali nation. Yes, got it. This name Mali connotates strength. We already know that Ramayan Vali was named so as he was a man of great skill and strength, and his title name originated from this fact. I really swooned. Oh my God! These names were retained as such for the past 7,000 years, revealing the history impeccably. A country's name having the connotation of strength is no wonder, even if it is of Tamil origin. There are countless places around the world which carries their Tamil past in their names. But here, the very country adjacent to Mauritania having its name meaning strength is really a great surprise. Even though the Western Ghats people fled to Mauritania region en masse, they later settled as two different countries. The followers of Sugriva settled in Mauritania, named after Maruti, his lieutenant, and the followers of Wali settled in a region named Wali, which became Mali today. Wali's followers weren't happy about Rama killing Wali from behind and Sugriva enthroning with the help of Rama. However, As Sugrivan was Vali's brother, they could have tolerated this unpleasant act. They also took part in the war against Ravana as they were left with no choice. But losing the war and escaping to the desert, they chose to have their own country in the name of their erstwhile ruler, Vali, as they did not like Hanuman, who brought about this state of affairs. Vali's followers had to flee to the desert only because of the unethical support by Sugriva and Hanuman for the alien Rama, which led to their exodus. That's the reason they settled as two nations instead of one. Hanuman's camel mount and the Saharan states like Mauritania and Mali stand as unmistakable proof establishing the fact that Rama lost the war against Ravana. However, you are going to be presented with many more pleasant surprises, multiply proving the same. The people who migrated to Mauritania region is generally called as Mande people. What's the meaning of this? Vande, Mande, Monday. Vande in Tamil means arrived. Hence, they called themselves as settlers. I had already explained in my Cameroonian Speak Tamil video that the African people south of Sahara called themselves as Bantu, which originated as Vandu, Bandu, Bandu, Bantu, meaning they too were settlers in Africa having arrived from elsewhere. Hence, all the people of Africa went and settled there in various periods of time, and they settled there both from Lemurian continent and from the Indian subcontinent. Hence, out of Africa theory is a terrible nonsense which was intentionally implanted to deny the Lemurian continent as the root of civilization. We shall investigate the languages that the Mande people of Mauritanian region speak. Bambara is one of those languages, and it could even be the root language. Van plus Varai, Vanvarai, Vanvara, Banbara, Bambara. The Tamil word Van contextually means sky high, and Varai means mountain range. Hence, Bambara means the language of the people of sky high mountain range. That sky high mountain range is the Western Ghats mountain range of South India. To prove it further, the languages which originated out of Bambara also has Tamil names. They are Sonninga, which means you said it, and Kepella, which means you would listen, and Boso, that is Pesu, which means speak, and others in the series are also of Tamil origin. It is further established by another language of the series known as Vai, which means mouth in Tamil. Hence, this definitely proves that Bambara language and its derivatives were of Tamil origin. Thus, not only the names of the nations Mauritania and Mali, but also the racial name Mande and the languages known as Bambara unmistakably proves that Mande people migrated to Mauritania from the Western Ghats mountain range. Hence, Hanuman, the Maruti, fled to Mauritanian region and settled there, and that's how the name of this nation originated. Valentin Vetrin has concluded that the original land of Mande people 6,000 years ago actually falls in the Mauritanian region, and he also suggested the latitude and the longitude boundaries of that root region. It existed north of 16 degree latitude and between 3 and 13 degree longitude. Not only that, Joseph Greenberg has found that the Mande languages began to break up around 7000 BP, surprisingly. Greenberg did not know that Ramayana war happened 7000 years ago and that the Mande people were actually the losers of the Ramayana war. Despite this fact, he concluded correctly regarding the time period of diversification of Mande people's languages. This is really astonishing. The Grecian Mandean era is said to start from 5598 BC, which also confirms the findings of these people and the fact that Ramayana war happened about 7500 years ago. About 2 weeks ago, during a conversation, my friend from Bangalore informed me that Hanuman had a son as per Sanskrit Ramayana itself. This has renewed my interest in knowing about his son. I then searched for his name in the web. His name was Makaratvaja. His birth story was also mentioned as follows. Hanuman, who torched the entire Lanka, took bath in the sea to cool off himself. At that time, a drop of his sweat fell into the mouth of a crocodile and it started to grow as a baby in its belly. When Ahiravana and Mahiravana, the kings of Pataloka, caught this crocodile while fishing in the sea and split it open, they found Makaratvaja as a baby. As crocodile was called Makaram, this baby was named as Makaratvaja. Only the Jewish Brahmins are capable of telling this kind of disgusting stories. However, I felt that this stupid story was told to shadow the original fact regarding the son of Hanuman. Hanuman, the Maruti, who settled in Marutania, married a woman and they should have begotten a son. His son should have been titled as Makaratvasa in the original Ravaniyam, written in Tamil by Valmiki. Valmiki should have named him so with some historical reason. Hence, rejecting the stupid history of Makaratvaja as told in Sanskrit Ramayana, we should study to see if there could be another reason for his name. The region encompassing Mauritania, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia and Libya is called Maghreb. But the meaning that those people give for this name Maghreb doesn't make sense. The Greb in Maghreb is said to mean darkness and it is said to have originated from the sun setting western direction. They mean that this name originated as these countries are situated in the western side. But actually, Maghreb region starts from Alexandria and anyway, this region can't be thought of being situated in the western side. Hence, the word Maghreb cannot be associated with the western direction. As Maghreb got deformed from its original form, the people of this region are actually clueless regarding its original form and meaning. All the ancient names of places around the world could only be cracked through Tamil language, which is the root language of the globe. Let us now dig for the root of the word Maghreb. The Saharan desert is made of red sand. That is why one of the ancient names of Egypt is called Deshreth. Desh means nation in Tamil and Rath means blood literally and red contextually. Hence, Deshrath means red nation, that is red land. As the entire Sahara desert is mostly of red sand, the entire Saharan desert was called Maha plus Rath, Maharath, Maghreth, Maghreb. Here, the Tamil word Maha means vast and Rath means red and hence Maghreth means a vast red. Thus, Maghreth deformed to Maghreb and means the same. Hence, all the countries in the Saharan desert was originally called as Maghreb and it was not restricted just to Mauritania, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria and Libya alone. As Maghreb means vast red and as the setting sun is reddish in color and as it spreads its red rays all over, Maghreb prayer meant the prayer at the sunset. We now understand how Makaratvaja would have been named. Maharath plus Vasi, Maharatvasa, Maharatvaja, Makaratvaja. Maharath means vast red land and Vasi means one who lives and hence Makaratvaja means the one who lived in the vast red land. We do not know what the name Hanuman gave to his son, but to record the historical fact, Hanuman's son was title named by Valmiki when he composed Tamil Ravaniyam as Maharatvasa, meaning the one who lived in the vast red land, to record the exodus history of Hanuman. In ancient times, title names were given for the purpose of recording history. That is how we are recovering the forgotten history of ancient times. Thus, as he lived in the red Saharan region, to preserve the Exodus history, he was called Maharatvasa by Valmiki, which deformed to Makaratvaja when translating to Sanskrit Ramayana. Hence, to cast the defeated Rama in Ravaniya war as a victor Rama in Sanskrit Ramayana, the original Exodus history of Makaratvaja was distorted by a disgusting anecdote by the Jewish Brahmins. In their effort to distort the history behind the name Makaratvaja, they isolated Makara syllable from the name and tried giving it a different interpretation. They knew that there is a zodiac sign called Makaram. Its front part is the front of a cow and its hind part is the back of a fish. There is no such a creature anywhere in the world. This is the only zodiac sign which is completely an imaginary figure. What is the origin of this zodiac sign? The zodiac signs were created by Vishnu when he designed the Tamil calendar called Panchangam about 3800 years ago. Kindly watch my earlier video titled The Capricorn Zodiac and the Amazing History of Mankind. These 12 zodiacs trace the history of Tamils, that is, the history of the world, till Mahabharata war. This Makara zodiac was created by Vishnu to freeze the history of Krishna for the posterity. Before the start of Mahabharata war, Krishna lived in the forest as a cowherder's king. This fact is represented by the frontal part of Makara figure, which is a cow. After Krishna won the Mahabharata war, he lived the rest of his life in Dwaraka, the port city. He translocated his headquarters from the forest region to the port city simply for the purpose of preventing the Jews entering the Tamil land. We know that the Mahabharata war was the handiwork of Sagni the Jew, which led to the massacre of lakhs of people. Jews always create problems in peaceful societies. The fact that Krishna lived his later part of his life on the seashore is depicted by the fish in the hind part of the Makara zodiac. If Makara was a real living animal, the Jewish Aryans would have made the story that Makaratvaja was born to it. As this was a fictional animal, the Brahmins were searching for a real animal which resembles Makara to some extent at least. They chose crocodile and built a stupid story around it. They symbolized the tail of crocodile to the back of the fish, and the front side of the crocodile was forcibly made to symbolize the cow. It is because of this Himalayan lie that Makara is depicted wrongly all over the world ever since Sanskrit Ramayana was written. But the original Makara wasn't crocodile is attested by the picture available in the web. Hence, to subvert the history of Rama being killed in the Ravaniya war, they substituted crocodile in place of Makara and built up a stupid fictional history of Makaratvaja to hide the flight of Hanuman to the Saharan desert. That's how Hanuman's sweat gave birth to Makaratvaja. Sahara being made of red sand and Deshrath, that is, red land being the ancient name of Egypt, confirm that Maghreb deformed from Maharath, which means vast red land. However, I shall present another surprising proof which shall stun you. In most places, especially in North India, Hanuman is painted red. Why? They preserve the fact that Hanuman fled to the red land called Sahara Desert. Some people shall lamely argue that it is not red but saffron color and it represents Hinduism. If that be the case, we shall then ask them why Rama, Krishna, and Vishnu are not colored in saffron. Aren't they Hindu gods? They are depicted in blue on the other hand. Hence, any such lame excuses can't be true, and Hanuman is being painted red to preserve the fact that he fled to the red Saharan desert after losing the Ramayan war. In Gujarat and Rajasthan regions of North India, Jethua Rajputs are living and they are said to be the descendants of Makaratvaja. They initially made their kingdom on the western shores of Gujarat and they indeed came from the west. Actually, they should have gradually migrated from Mauritania via Mesopotamia. Hanuman was present in their flag, as is the case with their flag during the British period. It shows Hanuman flying with the Sanjeevi mountain. Pity, they confused their original history with a fake and fabricated history owing to the Brahmins. Hanuman was a brave and skilled youngster during the Ramayan war. Otherwise, he did not possess any mystical skills at all. Hence, he could not actually fly and he did not lift any mountain ever. All such info are fake. One had to propagate such huge lies to make the dead Rama of Tamil Ravaniyam of Valmiki to come alive in Sanskrit Ramayana of the Jewish Brahmins. During Ramayan war, Hanuman was an unmarried bachelor. That's all. He wasn't a brahmachari at all. He was sent to Lanka well before the Ramayan war started to carry out a preemptive strike on Ravana's aircraft facilities and other economic and technological installations. That's why the Brahmins are fondly remembering him, albeit as a monkey. He then escapes to Sahara Desert as war refugee. There, he was married to a woman and had a son who was called Maharatvasa by Valmiki. Hence, the orchestrated lie that Hanuman was a bachelor was an effort to shadow the real history of Hanuman by the Jewish Brahmins. The picture being shown is that of Makaratvaja, who is in baby form. Kindly note that he is in human form unlike his father, but aptly painted red like his father. I have to discuss another interesting fact that one of the viewers of this channel, Mr. Shivarama Krishnan, told me. There is an astrology called mundane astrology which deals with wars and the health of nations. The word mundane is said to mean ordinary and worldly in Latin. This word actually originated from Mande people who settled in Mauritania following the defeat in Ramayan war. These people had to suddenly lead uninteresting desert life compared to their previous home, which was a lush rainforest on the western Ghats of South India. They were deeply regretting this unfortunate development, and it is from this fact that mundane meant ordinary and worldly. Obviously, mundane astrology is connected with these people as these people were, after all, war refugees. It is said that Babylonia was the source of astrology, including mundane astrology. In fact, the exodus from Ramayan war settled both in Mesopotamia and in Sahara. Both the Egyptian and the Babylonian civilizations actually originated from these people. Obviously, mundane astrology is traced to these people who settled here following the defeat in Ramayan war. But Babylonia wasn't the original source of astrology. The documented source of astrology is from Ravana of ancient Lanka, the hero of Ramayan war. There is an astrology book available in his name in Nepal, and it is called Ravan Sanhita. Hence, the so-called Babylonian astrology actually originated from ancient Lanka, a fact that has to be reckoned by the historians of the world. The exodus of Ramayan war had three types of people. 1. The descendants of Murugan of Lanka. 2. The descendants of Vibhishana, the rival brother of Ravana, who belonged to the mountain tribe of ancient Lanka. 3. The descendants of Sugriva, the South Indian Western Ghats mountain people. Of the three, who could have contributed to the mundane astrology of Babylonia? It might have originated from the followers of Vibhishana, the rival brother of Ravana, who is known for astrology. This is in tune with my opinion that the cuneiform script should have originated from Vibhishana's descendants, and you would know why in my next video when I discuss the Egyptian and Moroccan people. However, there is also a possibility that the descendants of Murugan could have also had their own version of astrology, as all the 7 planets were known in the times of Muruga. This needs further research. I have to present one more astonishing fact. The people of Mauritania, who were living near the western shore of Sahara, later on left for Mayan region via ships, and they then moved to Peru region of South America, from where they again moved to Easter Island, and again moved from Easter Island to their final destination called New Zealand. The Maori people of New Zealand is actually from Mauritania, and that's why they are called Maori, and they themselves say that they migrated from Saharan region. Even the Moors had originated from Mauritania, and Mauryan kingdom of India should have also originated from the people of Mauritania. The lion emblem of Mauryan kingdom came from Africa, as Mauritanians became Mauryans in India. All these need a detailed study.